Beleafers, welcome to the Tour de Leaf.
Ivies.
Wait, you're about to touch poison ivy. Oh no. This is poison ivy. As you can tell, we do not want to touch it, as I just told the Onceler not to do. You can identify it by seeing that there are 3 leaves on a mature ivy. It can also have a reddish tint.
Thank you for saving my life.
Next, we have our Virginia creeper. On a mature Virginia creeper, you can see it has 5 leaves stemming from one point in the middle. They're serrated on the sides and they're pinnate, but they're not poisonous, so they're okay to touch. Our next ivy is the English ivy. As you can see, it's kind of lobed into 5 different sections, and it's a darker green and it's palmate. That's how you can tell it's this not poisonous ivy. First, we're going to go into simple versus compound leaves. This is the American yellowwood, and it has a compound leaf. In order to find the difference between a compound versus a simple leaf, you first have to find the auxiliary bud, where it attaches to the stem. If you look down the petiole and there are multiple leaves coming off, it's a compound leaf. However, if there were only one leaflet attached to the bud, it's a simple leaf.
The American yellowwood was once used to make gun stocks. It also has a high tolerance for pollution, which makes it easier for it to thrive in urban environments.
This is the green ash. Similar to the American yellowwood, it is also a compound leaf where the auxiliary bud, which is connected to the stem, has multiple leaflets on the leaf.
This tree is one of the most widespread native ash trees in North America, and because of its strength, hardness, and high shock resistance, the green ash's wood is best used for making tools and items such as baseball bats.
Whoa, an orange!
Whoa! Mimosas are my favorite. Oh my gosh, is that a double compound mimosa? Crazy. Mimosas are double compound trees. Whenever you find the auxiliary bud, you can see that there are many leaflets coming off of the leaflets. A double compound.
The flowers on mimosas are a nectar source for hummingbirds and insect pollinators, which helps benefit wildlife. The mimosa stem can also reach up to 15 feet in length.
This is the loblolly. It's an evergreen tree, which means it does not shed its leaves. You can tell it's a loblolly because it has 3 needles in a bundle.
Loblollies grow around 24 inches a year and end up at around 60 to 90 feet. Their wood has many uses, including plywood, posts, poles, and crates.
This is our other evergreen tree called the Eastern White Pine, and you can tell the difference from the loblolly because it comes in bundles of 5 needles instead of only 3.
Eastern white pines are able to grow for up to 200 years, and they're often used in construction.
This is the Eastern red cedar. It is also an evergreen tree, which means it does not lose its leaflets, but instead of needles, it has scales.
The eastern red cedar can reach heights of 40 to 50 feet, and in the past they were commonly used as Christmas trees.
This is our Leland cypress, and like the eastern red cedar, it also has scales and it doesn't shed its leaflets all year long.
The Leland cypress is notable for its beauty, longevity, size, and resistance to water rot. Because of its size, it's often used in landscaping as a natural barrier or fence.
Now we're going to be sectioning off our trees into 3 examples: lobed, serrated, and smooth. This is the first of our lobed trees, and it's a sugar maple. As you can see, a leaf is sectioned off into 3 pieces.
Sugar maples are known for the syrup that they harvest, and to make 1 gallon of that syrup, it takes 40 gallons of sap from one tree. In addition, the wood from the sugar maple is often used for cabinets and interior finishing.
So this is our next lobe example, which is the Japanese maple. As you can see, it is skinnier and has more lobes.
The leaves of the Japanese maple feel similar to paper and are often used to make bouquets in Japan. In addition, these trees can actually get sunburnt.
This is our pin oak, which is another lobe tree. As you can see, the lobes are more separated apart, which gives it a longer look.
The pin oak has been used to make medicine and bug repellent. In addition, they're sometimes called swamp oak since they are mainly found by rivers.
Why didn't the maple tree not have any friends? Because he wasn't popular. is our yellow poplar, and it is the Tennessee state tree. It's the last of our lobe trees that we're going to show you. And if our wonderful cameraman would zoom up into the tree, you can see that while the lobes aren't as deep as the other ones, you can still see the distinct sections of its leaf.
The yellow poplar can reach heights of 150 feet, and because of its strength, stiffness, stability, and wear resistance, it's often used for woodworking and construction.
Now we're going to be getting into serrated leaves. This is our black cherry, and it's the first example of a serrated leaf. So as you can see when you get up close, you can see that the edges are not smooth and they're not lobed, but you can see the little bumps that occur, which makes it serrated.
While native to North America, the black cherry is considered an invasive species within Europe. Additionally, the black cherry is popular in furniture making due to its red tint.
Our Bradford calorie pear is another example of a serrated leaf. From far away, it looks smooth, but if you get up close, you can see that it's finely serrated along its edge.
The Bradford calorie pear is the oldest of the pear trees. It was planted by millions of post-war Americans because it symbolized the suburbia that they dreamed of.
This is our sawtooth oak, and it is finely serrated. When you look at the leaves, you can see it has little points coming off of the leaf.
The sawtooth oak tree is native to Korea, Japan, and China. Its acorns have been used for medicinal purposes.
This is our river birch, and this is our last example of a serrated leaf. It's also finely serrated, so from far away it looks smooth, but if you get up close, you can see it's serrated around the edge.
The river birch is widely used for plywood and veneer. In addition, because they are able to tolerate acidic soils, they are usually involved in strip mine reclamation.
Now we're on to our smooth trees. This is our common cherry laurel, and it's a prime example of a smooth leaf, meaning its edges are not serrated or lobed.
Ingesting parts of the common cherry laurel is poisonous to humans. However, by using the leaves in a distilled water, the cherry laurel has been used to treat coughs and insomnia.
This is our second example of a smooth leaf, the magnolia tree. As you can see, has a smooth leaf.
The southern magnolia is the state tree of Mississippi. It has been used for many medicinal purposes, from anxiety to runny noses to asthma.
This is our flowering dogwood. Just like the others, you can see that whenever you look at the leaf's edge, it has no points, it's just simply smooth.
The blooming flowers of the dogwood signaled to indigenous Americans when to plant corn. The bark was also used for medicinal purposes and is even sometimes still used today.
This is the willow oak, and it's our last example of a smooth tree. As you can see, the leaves are pretty smooth.
Despite missing the characteristic lobed leaves, the willow oak is a red oak. Additionally, the wood from the willow oak has been used for furniture and flooring.
Now let's mix all of our terminology together. This is our American holly. It's evergreen, meaning its leaves do not fall off during the winter, and it's also serrated on the sides, as you can see the points. And it has a pinnate venation, meaning it doesn't all stem from one base.
The berries of the American holly are mildly toxic. Additionally, holly fruit tea was used by indigenous Americans to stimulate the heart.
Example is the Washington hawthorn. As you can see, it is a simple leaf. It's pinnate and serrated.
This tree is often used for landscaping, and in addition, in Harry Potter, Draco Malfoy's wand was made from Washington hawthorn wood.
This is our white oak. This is one of our lobed trees, and it has a pinnate venation. You can tell its difference from the red oak because while the red oak is also lobed, the white oak has more rounded edges.
The white oak is the tallest species of oak. Its bark has been used for medicinal purposes in the form of tea or simply by applying it to the skin.
This is our Schammers oak tree, meaning it is a red oak as opposed to the white oak. And it does have lobed leaves like the white oak, however, its edges are more serrated and fine pointed than the white oak, which is how you can tell the difference.
This tree is popular in urban landscaping and is named after the 19th century doctor, paleontologist, and geologist Benjamin Franklin Schammers.
This is our Japanese flowering cherry. It's also the last tree we're going to be presenting to you today. It's my personal favorite. It has a serrated leaf with pinnate venation. And it's also simple, meaning the auxiliary bud, if you were to just, it's only one leaf.
The Japanese flowering cherry blossom is Japan's national flower, and the edible petals are used in Japanese sweets and teas.
Bloopers! Yeah, blooper.
Blooper.
Hey guys! Single is single. Simple, I mean. All the single ladies, all the simple ladies. Single, nope. This isn't simple.
No, it's compound.
Oh. A compound leaf. As you can see, to tell compound. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And not yet.
Yeah.
Because that's not our section yet.
Yeah, got it, got it.
Beleafer. Auxiliary cable. Nope. And
The areola bud.
be like, mimosa.
The Lorax.
So that's it. I guess just cut out the. Does that make sense? Is it going? And yeah, that's about it. Put it right here.
Okay, we're done. Okay.
Also, it doesn't. You know what? Meaning. Why do I always say meaning? Give me a sec.
This is our ring signs. Like the Eastern Red Flag, they also have scales.
Okay. Okay. Well. Okay. Okay. Bodies hit the floor. High. Pop. Nope. Deep valleys?